Hey everyone, welcome back, and this is our final video of the 2-week series where I was going through the interview process and best practices last week, and now we're moving into not so best practices and you not getting the offer, but also figuring out, what you can learn as an opportunity to take to the next interview. So last time we talked about you spoke to the hiring manager. It wasn't overly impressive. It wasn't bad. It felt like a normal conversation, but you didn't walk away like, wow, I did a really great job. The manager didn't walk away thinking, oh my gosh, this person did such a great job. So you sent your thank you letter. Please send thank you letters. Like, that is so important, and it's definitely noticed when it's not sent over. And I'm still shocked by the number of candidates that do not send a thank you letter at all. If you need help with constructing a cover letter, reach out to me and we can discuss what your needs are, and I'd be happy to help you. So you sent your letter. A couple days later, she lets you know that you're one of the final candidates and that they're gonna have you interview with the leadership team. You go in, you meet with the leadership team, you answer their questions, you explain to them why you want to work there, you go through the standard, questions that you would get in a final interview, and then you get the, okay, well, we'll be in touch soon. A week goes by, haven't been in touch. Week and a half goes by, haven't been in touch. It's okay at this point for you to reach back out to the recruiter and say, hey, I just wanted to reach out. Am I still in consideration for this role? Some recruiters will write back and say no, that they moved on with another candidate, and that's fine. And some recruiters won't write back at all, and I think that's really crappy. I think that when you take someone's time, including their own time, and just ignore the effort that they put into it, it just says a lot. And I wouldn't recommend working at a place where a recruiter wasn't very professional. And I've definitely spoken with some recruiters that have either asked me things they're not legally allowed to ask me, or they just were so bland that it's like, I don't know why I took this call. But this time, in this scenario, what I'm going to say is that the recruiter did write you back, and the recruiter said that they decided to go with another candidate that fit closer to their needs. What I would do here is say, if you don't mind, I know you're super busy, would you be able to provide me some feedback on my interview so that I can learn and grow? Hopefully she says yes, but if she says no, that's okay, or doesn't write back. This is where you can then take the interview back to yourself, get a family member, get a friend, and go through the entire process and say the things that you said during the interview. Then ask them for their opinion about it. They may have some surprising, opinions about how you present, about what stories you're telling in terms of your career trajectory, what your goals are. All of that can sound very different, and understanding the art of presentation during an interview is so important. I understand that not everyone interviews well. I understand that some people get anxiety. I'm somebody who suffers from anxiety. I have my whole life. So I get it. There can be a lot of pressure, but the more you practice, the better you get. Some people are naturally talented in this area, good for them, but skill will always outbeat talent when it comes to this, because if you just have the skill and it's not practiced, then it doesn't mean anything. But if you are sitting here and doing it again and again and again, and really just doing the work to make sure that your presentation comes across in the way that makes you feel very good and makes you feel like you're a strong candidate, that's the difference. And this is where you can start to also unplug more of your professional career on LinkedIn and getting more invites and finding different opportunities that may be better in alignment with you. So again, to wrap up, my recommendation is when you get the rejection letter, ask for feedback. If they don't provide feedback, go to a family or friend, ask them to interview you. Similar questions, write down the questions that they wrote. I'm sure you'll remember a couple of them. I know I've gotten weird questions before that I was like, this has nothing to do with the role, but again, who am I? And then go through the exercise with them and see what feedback they have to say, or where you can be highlighting things better, and go from there. So this ends our 2-week interview series. Next week, we're going to be talking about how important it is to present well, that is going to be a couple videos because I can't go over that just in one. And again, if you do want more in-depth presentation skills, then I would need you to reach out to crawfordconsultinginfo@gmail.com or submit a request on my website at accconsulting.online, and then we can go ahead and figure out the best way to work together. So happy Friday, TGIF. I cannot wait to sleep. Well, I'm not going to sleep. I have an 11-month-old, but I hope this works for everyone, and I will talk to you next week. Bye, y'all.